Hello there, my friends. Welcome to my craft room. My name is Daryl Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. And today is Christmas card day. Yay. Today is class 2 or week 2 of my Christmas card class. So what I'm doing is for 3 weeks straight, I will come to you here at my normal Facebook Live video time and create Christmas cards with you. So I'm super excited to do that with you tonight. So come on in and get acquainted, if you will. So like I said, tonight is night 2 of Christmas card class. And if you would like to earn a free class, it doesn't cost anything for you to be here watching. So it's completely free to you. And if you want, there's an opportunity to earn a free class kit in the mail as well. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. I see Nympha's watching. Hello. I see Julie is watching. Beth is watching. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you are ready to create because I am ready to create with you. I have some fun and creative cards for you tonight. So I am hoping that I jumpstart your inspiration to get started if you haven't already on your own cards. So come on in, come on in. We're going to be making 3 cards tonight. They're super cute. And I was just before I got on with you guys, I was kind of flipping through the holiday catalog so I could let you know where the products are in case you would like what we're using tonight because it's beautiful. You got to trust me on that. Oh, thank you. Nympha said you just saw that I was live. I'm glad that you were able to get the notification, Nympha. That makes me happy. Facebook, I have not figured out exactly yet the algorithms and how they determine who will see what. But I am happy that you found me tonight. So exciting, exciting. Come on in. I see Amy is watching. Hi, Amy. Welcome, everyone. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time chit-chatting tonight, just because, you know, I want to make sure that you're able to stick around for all 3 cards, and they're not difficult at all. I just want to make sure that I have the time to show you everything because I want to show you all the things, right? So how are you guys? If you are new here, welcome. I'm super excited to have you. And if you've been around a while, I am just as excited to have you here as well. So if you want to chat with me, make sure that you do that. In the comments below. Chat away. It makes my heart happy. I love talking to you. I look for your comments, and if I miss them, I will definitely go back after the live. That's another thing. When you are in a live, if you've not done a live yourself, you don't get to choose, at least not that I have figured out, whose comments you see and whose you don't. Some of them, Facebook doesn't show me. I have to actually go looking for them afterwards, but you're worth it to me. I'll go looking, I promise you that. All right, let's go ahead and get turned down and we'll talk about what we're going to be using tonight, and then we're going to hop right to it. I think I have one announcement. Let's go for a ride, you guys. You ready? Oh, I didn't know my own strength with that one. Here we go. So I think that I have one announcement for you, and that is that monthly card class. So monthly card class is November 18th from 10:30 until noon. We make 8 cards in monthly card class. So there is a Zoom. I do give you a full color PDF if you would rather work at your own pace. So that's available, but we do have a Zoom if you like to chat and talk about pretty paper and ink. Then by all means come and join us for the live. So registration is open for a monthly card class until tomorrow night. So it closes November 10th, and then card class is on November 18th. Again, it's from 10:30 until noon. That's Eastern Standard Time if you are in the United States, and if you are outside of the United States, I am not allowed to ship products to you. So, but the PDF is available. If you send an email, if you're interested in that, we can do that as well. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. Amy, I'm old, I'm here. I'm glad you're here. Nympha, thank you so much. Pink is one of my favorite colors, that hot pink. Thank you for that. I feel so much better having my nails done. It was a rough 3 weeks for me. Thank you. So don't forget, remember and don't forget, if you like what we're creating tonight, give a thumbs up, give a heart, give whatever you want to give me. I don't care. If you want to give me a crying face, you can give me that too. I love when you communicate with me, so do that. That makes me happy. And then let me know if you're watching live or if you're watching the replay, where you're from, and if you have been or have plans on being crafty at all before this week is over with. And then as we're creating, I'll tell you a little bit more about how the class works for tonight. Hey, by the way, did you guys get to see last week's class? Week 1 of Christmas card class? I think I kept the cards here. If you did not get a chance to see last week's cards, let me give you a quick little peep at them. This is one. I love that little fawn. That's what I'm calling her. And I say she's a girl because she just looks like a girl. That was one card. And then, we made a fun shaker card. Did you guys see that? So, I don't know. Maybe I should have put more snow in there. What do you guys think? I love bling. So anything shiny, and I am all over it. I'm that girl. And then the last card that we made. So we make 3 cards each class. And this is the One Horse Open Sleigh Designer Series paper. I am enamored with it. I'm ordering another pack because I think that this might be my Christmas cards this year. So yeah, there are those if you didn't get the opportunity to see that. So now let me grab the mini catalog. Also, if you don't have a demonstrator and you ever want a catalog, if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, leave me a comment in the comments below and I'll make sure that you get one. But this is the mini holiday catalog. You guys, it is done as of December. So if you love stuff in this catalog, I would recommend running, not walking, running to the store to get it, because things have been, they have been sold out, but they are coming back. So the stamp set that we're going to be using tonight, you guys have seen a sneak peek of it. Let's just bend it up a little bit. You guys, I think you're going to love the cards tonight. They are absolutely gorgeous. We're going to be using both this ribbon and the Magical Metal bundle. So we're going to be using both the dies and the stamp set and the designer series paper, and we're going to be using the ribbon as well. I have the snowflake paper. We're not using it tonight, but you need to know that it is there. And then the gems, I'm not sure. I forgot to look before I came on to see if they're back, but they are supposed to be back. Maybe next week. I'll have to check on that. So that's what we're using. And then in terms of gems, we're going to be using the Blooming Pearls. Have you guys seen these? Oh, I have a lot of glare there. Let me put them down some. So these are gorgeous, and they're going to be matching the cards that we're using tonight. So I'm excited to use them. Here they are. Thank you so much for the hearts, you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. All right. So let's get started creating. Oh no. we didn't look at everything. I want to show you the gorgeous paper. We're also going to be using, I'm not sure if you guys know that we have vellum cardstock, but we're going to be using the vellum cardstock. So it's a little thicker than regular vellum that you would get out of the store. So Stampin' Up! Calls it vellum cardstock. And then I think that I'm going to pull this right out and give you an up close and personal with the designer series paper. You can see which pieces are cut. So this is a sneak peek, you guys. This is a sneak peek of the designer series paper that we're using. So we'll be using this piece. In this piece, let me show you the whole thing. I love, love, love when Stampin' Up! Does this. I'm not sure I understand. Oh, my what? Just talking to me. That was bizarre. Okay. Did you guys hear Siri? She didn't understand Stampin' Up! Oh my, we're gonna have to teach her something. This is the entire sheet. I love when they do this because this makes really easy cards. You just cut them at 4 inches, so 4, 4, and 4, and then you cut them at 5 1/4. So it makes 6 card mats out of 1 sheet of paper. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we'll just do a quick little look through. Hey, same here. And this would make amazing masculine cards. Can you see the deer in the background there? Let's put it a little closer. All right, so there are berries. Let's see, did we see all of them? Mountainous pines, mountainous trees. There's our deer again. And then a whole sheet of trees. And then they're just, what would you call this? Like watercolor. So the reverse is like watercolor. We won't go through them all. But let's get started creating. Make a little room here. I've made a mess on my desktop now. Let's put some stuff behind me. All right. So don't forget, if you have questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments below. And if you want to chat with me, do that because I love doing that. Let's grab our first card and I'll tell you about the dimensions. I see LaDonna's watching. Hi, LaDonna. Thank you so much for being here. Excited that you're here. But let me show you the magical metal up close. These are the stamps, and then there are some cute sentiments there. We'll talk about them as we use them. I am using a different sentiment as well. And then let me tell you, I'm not sure if you guys remember me, maybe a couple of months ago, I don't know how long ago it was, talking about the deckled circle dies. Have you guys seen the deckled circle dies? We're going to be using these tonight. These are amazing. I just love that there's so many circles, and circles are my shape. And then the magical metal stamp set we're using tonight comes in a bundle. So there are coordinating dies, and we're going to be using those as well. All right, let's get started. Here's our ribbon. And I'm not sure if we need that ribbon just yet. All right, so our card base is Lost Lagoon. It is cut at 4 1/4 by 11. So it's 4 1/4 this way, 11 this way. It's half a sheet of cardstock. And then I have scored at 1 1/2 and then again at 5 1/2. So this card has a little bit of a secret. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's grab a bone folder and give a sharp crease. And then we'll talk about the other components. And I'll tell you what this little piece does here. And then I'll show you how it layers as we go. You know, I like to do that so you get, here, I'll turn it towards you. Let's practice that tonight. So we have a piece of Pretty Peacock. This mat is, I believe, 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And it's going to layer here. Let's make sure I have the front of the card. That's kind of hard to see. There we go. And then we have a piece of Designer Series paper. That is 3 1/2 by 3 3/4. It's those trees, aren't they lovely? It's the trees that I talked about. Hi, Michelle. All right, so they're gonna layer, this is the front of our card, and so they're gonna layer this way. And then we have, I still have that same Designer Series paper, the trees. They are, or this mat is 1 by 4. And we have a basic white mat that is 5 1/4 by 4. This is going to go on the inside of our card because we need to have it there. And then this piece, we're going to use the reverse side. So remember that watercolor look that I talked about, and we're going to put it there. So this is how, roughly, this is how this is going to layer up. So let's do a little bit of stamping. Let's see, I think, let's bring the stamp set back so I can tell you about the sentiment we're using. I have a piece of basic white that is 1 inch by roughly 4, but we're going to cut it a little bit. And then we're going to use this sentiment in the middle. It says, may the season of sparkle bring joy and delight. So I love that. So we're going to use that sentiment, and I think that we're going to do it in Pretty Peacock. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the hearts. You guys are amazing. And then look, I have some little yummies that I cut ahead of time with the dies. So we're going to use these dies, and I cut them ahead of time so that you didn't have to watch me or wait for me to cut them. And you know, let's see, I wonder if I have Stampin' Blends. And we may do this at the end, but I'm gonna see what we have in terms of Stampin' Blends too. All right, so let's do just a little bit of stamping first. I'm going to stamp that sentiment right on that 1 inch piece of cardstock. So let's open. And here is the sentiment. Let's tamp it into the stamp set. So to talk a little bit about the stamps, I try to say this every time in case we have new stampers that are not familiar or that familiar with Stampin' Up. These stamps are called cling. That's what Stampin' Up calls them. You see that? There is a sponge there. So when there's a sponge there already, you don't need extra sponge, but we have some stamps that are clear that go on these clear blocks, just like your cling does. And they're called photopolymer, and there's no cushion. So when that happens, you need a little extra cushion to get a good impression. Let's close this up so I don't make a bad impression on you with ink all over my fingers, because I am great at finding ink with my fingers and not with the stamp pad. All right, and then let's grab some double-sided adhesive. Oh boy, this looks like it's a little bit low. Let's make sure that we have enough adhesive here. All right. We'll set these to the side for a minute. Oh, here, let's put our inside in. Let's put our inside in. Just want to make sure that we don't lose any of the smaller pieces, because I'm known for that too. And if you want to, there are beautiful, beautiful stamps in this stamp set. You could actually stamp on this layer as well. We're not going to tonight. So what I mean by that is you could take the images, these nice little sprigs, and stamp and make that decorative. We're not going to do that tonight because we have a lot to do. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere our designer series paper to the Pretty Peacock mat. And remember, it's wider than it is long. So make sure that you get those in the right direction if you are recreating this card. By the way, I will get these videos uploaded to YouTube. So you can watch the replay right here, or you can watch it on YouTube. Hi, Anna. How are you? Happy Crafty Thursday on this Christmas card class Thursday. Excited that you guys can be here. So excited to create. You guys keep me crafty, and I appreciate it. All right, and then we'll go ahead and adhere our smaller piece of designer series paper, and I'm just gonna put it maybe I don't even know, that's about 1/4 of an inch. Do you guys think that's 1/4 of an inch? And I'm upside down, so you guys tell me if it's crooked. I think you can see it a little better than I can see it. And I better get some adhesive. I think I'm running a little low. Maybe we'll make it, we'll see. All right, so let me tell you what we're gonna do with the top flap that we have here. I'm going to use some liquid adhesive. Let's make sure it's not gummy. And I'm going to put just a little bead here on each outer edge. And I'm going to make sure that we don't get adhesive any other place, and then we'll go ahead and hold this down for a minute. So can you guys guess what we're going to do with this card? Do you know what it is? If you guessed that this is going to be a gift card, you guessed correctly. So this little pocket is a gift card holder. So you're going to slide your gift card in there. And let's do a little bit of finishing work here. I've got to turn this around. I just don't think I can do it upside down. I'll turn it right side up when we're done to show you guys what we've done here. Let's see. Do we want the sprigs coming out of the bottom? Let's kind of put them up towards the corner. Okay, let's just do it. We're going to layer them. And I'm not going to put liquid adhesive all over the dies. I'm just going to do it a little bit at the bottom. And then I'll position them where I want them, or where I think they look the best. And I think I'll have the white in the center. I should have put the Pretty Peacock on top. Yeah, let's put the white in the center. I think we can see a little bit more of the Pretty Peacock that way. All right, we'll add a little more here. Just a little bit. I mean, if you're doing this, this is the easiest way for me to do it. You can also, if you have a silicone mat, and they're super cheap. Stampin' Up! Has them for super cheap. You can use a sponge and then just turn it upside down and daub it with a little bit of your liquid adhesive, and then you can cover the whole area. I'm sure that you guys are used to, those of you that are avid crafters are accustomed to liquid multi-purpose glue. There, I think I like it that way. All right, let's see. And let's cover our glue up. I'm not so sure we need that. I think that this card is pretty close to being done. I'm going to bring in my adhesive. Or I'm sorry, my embellishment. I was talking about liquid adhesive, and I think that the Pretty Peacock ones, aren't these pretty? They're iridescent. Can you guys see that? It's probably hard to see, but let me decide. You know what I'm gonna do? I know what I'm gonna do. Let's turn this right around. We'll cover our pokey tool up. I'm gonna take a larger gem, and then we're going to put 2 on either side. There, that's pretty interesting looking. And then we'll grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, because nothing is flat in my world. Let's grab a fuller sheet, and we're going to put this on with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I think I'll use 3 because this is kind of a long layer. Let's use 4 even. I don't want it to sink in the middle. It will look kind of strange. Don't you agree? All right. I love those embellishments. They're super, super cute. And then let's see, we'll just cover the stems at the bottom. Let's get this in the right place. And this way no one knows they're there except for you and I. And we're not going to tell anyone, are we? There we go. All right, card number 1. So this is nice and simple, wouldn't you say? All right, so let's move on to card number 2. I'm gonna move my bucket here. So card number 2 is going to be using the vellum. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Michelle. I think it is super, super, super cute. It's nice and simple. It's not overstated, and those gems are pretty darn cute, I think. All right, so card number 2, let's get started with that. And as you can see, we have a couple of sprigs here. I kind of laid this out a little. All right, let's talk about it. I've already folded the vellum, but it is half of a full sheet, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, and then it's scored at 5 1/2. I pushed it down with my fingers, but I'm gonna use my bone folder and give it even more of a crease. And then let's talk about the layers. We have Moody Mauve. We have 2 of them, but we have one that is 4 1/4 by 4. You guys, this card is really fun. And then we have a piece of designer series paper that is 5 by 3 3/4. We have another Moody Mauve matte that is cut at 1 inch. Here is that deckled circle die cut. And then we have a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5. All right, let's talk about how we're going to do this card. This is really fun. Do you guys work with vellum a lot? For those of you that know about vellum. these two pieces are going to layer here, but before we attach them, I'm going to cut a piece of that white and silver ribbon. This is organdy. Is this organdy? I think it is. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm going to double it right over, and we're going to cut a piece of ribbon and put it between the two layers, and you'll see why we're doing that in a second here. Let's grab some scissors and cut, cut, cut. Look at how pretty this ribbon is. Let me show you guys up close. Yes, Michelle, do you like working with vellum? So there, I ask that because vellum is tricky. If you're not used to vellum, then vellum shows the adhesive, and so you have to be strategic about where you place it. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is fold my ribbon in half, and just so I kind of know about placement. And actually, let's just open it right up. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. If you have double-sided strong adhesive, you probably want to use that. The Stampin' Seal Plus is pretty strong, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to put a little piece right in the center and then just kind of tack my ribbon right to it, just so that it kind of stays in place. And maybe I want to move it over just a little bit. And it doesn't actually have to stick down for this part of it, but I just want to stick down so that it doesn't move while we're adhering the other two pieces together. All right, I'm going to tie a bow or a knot on the side, so that looks good. And then let's add a little bit of adhesive to our designer series paper. Hey, let me show you that paper up close. Those little berries, did you catch that? They match the stamp set. Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. So there are moody mauve. I don't know what you call these berries. I'm so horrible at that. I like the way things look, and sometimes I just don't know the name. All right, so did you see what we did? We kind of sandwiched our ribbon right between the two layers. And I think I'm going to tie a knot on the side of it. All right, so next we need to bring in the vellum, so let's do that. And we are actually, this is going to be the back. So can you see what we have going here? So this is the back, this is the front of our card. And I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna kind of line it up on the bottom here, but we're gonna add some adhesive, just a line right in the center of our designer series paper. Did you see that? Did that make your head scream? And while we're holding this in place, we're going to close the card. So actually what I've done, and this looks good. Actually, you can't see the adhesive. Can you see that? I can't see it. It's looking pretty darn good. I think that's pretty sneaky. So what I've done actually is adhered the designer series paper. Thank you guys. I adhered the designer series paper mat to the top. And actually, now that you can't see it, I'll put just a little bit here, and oh, we can't do it on the top. You have to open it. Let's open it. I'm gonna sneak just a little bit. I think we're safe to do that because of the pattern paper. You can't see it, so that's amazing. And then we're gonna go ahead and tie a knot here to the side. So we'll tie our ribbon in a knot. I'm not feeling very bow savvy today, so I'm taking the easy way out, you guys. I'm taking the easy way out. All knots, no bows. I'm cheating. But the great news about it is that this ribbon is amazing. So it does the work by itself. So here's what we have so far. Isn't that pretty? Let's go ahead and trim the ends down. So I want them to be, of course, much shorter than they are. And then we'll do just a little bit of stamping. Here we go. All right. Isn't that cool? Have you guys ever made cards with a vellum base? All right. Now we have our piece of basic white cardstock. So this is going to line the back. And if you're putting an inner sentiment, this is the time that you would want to stamp it. I actually made it 3 3/4 of an inch by 5. I made it just slightly smaller than our front mat because I wanted to make sure that you didn't see it once the card is closed. Oh, Michelle says, yep. Hi, Beth. Beth says, never. Beth, you've never made a card with vellum. You'll have to make this card then and tell me how you like it. So let's go ahead and adhere our basic white. And I'm just making sure that it has visually even borders. So that means that I'm not measuring because I am not a measurer. All right, there we go. So here's what we have so far. Let's do a little bit of stamping. I'm not sure if I brought stamp cleaner. In our stamp set, let's grab it. You guys, I have things all over the place. In our stamp set, there is a stamp with, I don't know, kind of solid and lighter color trees. We're going to stamp that using Moody Mauve. And remember, we have the deckled circle die cut. So let's move our card to the side and we're going to stamp. I'm not sure how this is going to look, you guys, but we're going to do it. Let's go for it. So we're using Moody Mauve. Why? Because it matches everything else on the card. And I am a matchy-matchy kind of girl. And let's just stamp this right down. You know, I'm a little nervous about this. I'm going to stamp it right here first. Let's see. All right, I guess we have what we have, so let's do it. We're gonna stamp this right down, and I'm actually stamping it towards the top a little bit. Let's put this right down and see what it looks on basic white. Oh, I guess that's how it's supposed to look. Let's compare. I think maybe I didn't get it inked up good enough. But we're gonna go ahead and leave it. We will leave it. Let's make sure our card is opening the right way. Here we go. And we'll close the ink. Does anybody have this stamp set? I'm gonna make sure it's dry. All right. Next, I'm going to bring in our little sprigs that we have, and this time I'm going to adhere, I have ink on my fingers, darn it. I'm going to adhere the sprigs to the back of this circle because we're going to pop this up. No, we'll leave this flat. I think we'll leave this flat, and we will make the sentiment layer dimensional. Let's do it. All right. So we're going to add our sprigs, and the way we're going to do that is by adding a little bit of our Stampin' Seal Plus to the back side of the circle, and then I'm going to turn the card facing me so I can, for some reason, whenever I use sprigs like this, I always tilt them towards the left. I wonder if there's something to that. I wonder if you are, if you're right-handed, you tend to put things to the left, or maybe it's the way that I want that just a little bit lower. These are pretty delicate. I don't know if I can get them off without tearing them. Oh boy, I better leave that one. I better leave that one put. Maybe we'll just put this a little lower. But I don't know if it's that you read books from left to right. Do you guys know? Oh, I used all the adhesive. We have to move that over a little bit. There we go. I have to decide where we're going to put the sentiment, and if we're going to put this flat. I think we will. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more adhesive, and I'm going kind of over top of my sprigs and then at the bottom, because I want this layer to be flat, even with the little ink fingerprint that I have on there. Did you guys see that? I hope you didn't. I tried to hide it from you. All right, and let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So this time, I think we're going to use Memento Black. Let's see. We have Memento Black. Let's use Memento Black. We're going to stamp right on our 1-inch mat here. And the sentiment that we're using, let me show you. I'm going to nab a different sentiment here. I was going to use the same one that, from the stamp set, but let's grab the Throughout the Year. We're going to grab that Happy Holidays right there. I had it out for something else, but I think we'll use it on this card. I think we need something to break up the Moody Mauve. And we'll stamp the Happy Holidays. Uh-oh, let's turn that over. I pressed a little bit too hard. Let that be a lesson to you. If you have cling stamps that are red rubber, you don't need to apply a whole ton of pressure, and I am really horrible at that. I want to make sure that the stamp and the paper make a good impression, and I mash it down. You don't want to do that. There we go. Isn't that cute, that Happy Holidays? And we're going to pop it up with dimensionals right across the bottom. Let's bring in our Take Your Pick tool. Here's our side that didn't go so well. And I'm going to do the same thing here. We'll put several dimensionals. Let's pull this right out. All right. Oh, hey, you see why I turn it towards me? I almost put that on upside down. Okay, there we go. Oh, I like it. I like this. It would look really good with very defined trees. Do you guys think so? I think it's really cute. I like it. Let's give it a little bit of bling. And we're going to use the pink color, and maybe I'm just going to use the larger ones, and we'll just sprinkle them around like so. All right, here is card number 2. I love the look of the designer series paper under the vellum. All right, we'll put that to the top. We have one more card to go, and I believe it's pretty simple, so we'll get done. All of the cards are intended to be simple. Now, I didn't talk about, and I said that I was going to talk about tonight's free card class, so it's free to watch. If you like the cards that we're creating tonight and you want a card kit in the mail, I will send you one absolutely free of charge with a purchase in my online store. There is a link in the description above that has a host code, so you have to use that code if you want the free card class, and I will make all the die cuts for you. I'll cut all the paper. Everything will be ready for you. So you can buy anything you want in the store too, by the way. Anything that you want, you can buy, and if your order is $40 or more, then I'll send you everything that we made tonight for free. And if your order reaches $50, I will even include the embellishment that we're using tonight. So you'll get your own pack of the blooming pearls as well. All right, so for our final card, we have once again a half sheet of cardstock. It is garden green. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. I don't know. I love that vellum card. And you guys were using the sprigs. And you know what I said? Didn't I say that I was going to pull out my Stampin' Blends? Because I was going to show you something that we can do with the sprigs. I'm not sure if I have Moody Mauve, but I think we can come close to it. So I'm going to show you a little secret that you can do to make your stems pop. And this is a good card to do it on. All right, so let's talk about what we have here. We have our card base, 8.5 by 5.5. It is garden green. It is scored in the center at 4 1/4, so it's going to be a book fold. And we will use our bone folder to burnish it in a moment. We have a deckled circle die cut. We have a basic white mat, 5 1/4 by 4. That's going to go on the inside of our card. We have a blueberry bushel. Hey, you know, I think this is the first time that I've used the blueberry bushel since Stampin' Up! Brought it back. But we have a mat that is 5 1/4 by 4 of blueberry bushel. Doesn't that look good? I didn't think necessarily that it looked Christmassy, but it does, and it looks wintry. And then we have a designer series paper mat that is 5 by 3 3/4. So you can guess that it's going to layer like this. This card is easy peasy peasy. This will be the front of our card. Here's our inner mat. Here's our die cut, and we have a couple of sprigs. And then I have a 3/4 inch mat that we're going to cut just a little bit and make a banner out of. So we'll use that with some scissors. But before we do, let's burnish our card, and we'll do a little stamping in. I'm going to show you my tip with the sprigs that we cut out. You guys want to see a fun tip? Oh, let's go ahead. We might as well adhere these together while we have them. That way we've given them a home and we don't have to keep up with them. It's like putting them in the doghouse. It's like putting the dog in the doghouse, kind of lock him in there so you know where he's at. There you go. Oh gosh, that was not exactly straight, but we're going to leave it. Let's find our book opening. And let's put this down. I think I wanted to put ribbon on the other card, and I don't think we did, but that's okay. I was looking to see if we could add ribbon to this card because I love that ribbon. It is sparkly. And sparkles make me happy. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure our book fold is in the right place. No ribbon though. Or shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's tie a bow. I think I'm feeling a little daring. Slide a little ribbon under here and tie a bow. And we'll do it right in the center. Let's cut off a little ribbon. You guys cross your fingers for me. Give me good bow juju. I don't know if I have it in me tonight, but we're gonna try. So let's go ahead and press that right down. And here we go. Let's see if I can get a nice bow. We'll call upon the bow gods to be kind and let us have a beautiful bow, because this ribbon is so beautiful. Did I tell you the name of that ribbon? I think we better look in the catalog. I call it silver and white ribbon, but it may actually be called something different. I like to rename things. And mostly, oh, hey, look at that, you guys. Nice bow. Beautiful, right? Look at that. We're going to trim the end down just a little bit right here. But hey, I think that it worked. I felt you guys' prayers. Thank you. All right. So let's bring in some Stampin' Blends. And I think, let me make a little bit of room. Let's put the ribbon and the ink aside. And I don't want to lose my pieces here and my sprigs, but we're going to use these white sprigs here, and we're gonna gussy them up just a little bit. Let's look at our Stampin' Blend markers and see what color we have that comes closest to the Moody Mauve. You guys see all of this? If you don't have Stampin' Blends markers, if you can't tell, I'm enamored with them. They are alcohol ink-based markers, so they blend really well. It's not going to be important for what we're doing tonight or what I'm going to do now. However, let's take this one. I think we can get away with this. What is this? This is Flirty Flamingo. Let's do it. So we're going to use the dark Flirty Flamingo, but these markers, they come in sets of 2, so you get a light and a dark marker. And can you see that there are different nibs on both ends? So there's a brush tip and then just a regular marker nib. I don't know what you would call that, but now if you cut your if you make your die cuts in a lighter color, if you look closely at this die, can you see the little berries on the end? So we're gonna color those little berries in. Let's see, I have the nib part. Oh wow, that's pretty bright. Let's see. That is pretty bright. Let's see, maybe let's color them green. Let's go with green. This is a very bright pink. We'll just take, I think we have Old Olive. That's Mossy Meadow. That's a little darker than I want it to be. Let's grab the Old Olive. Let's make them green. But do you see what's happening? We're going to color our berries to kind of make them match our project. And so if it's any light color die cut, you can just color the berries in. Okay, I think this is a little better. I tried to color the Flirty Flamingo one. That was quite bright. That pink, I think, was a little, we needed it to be a little more muted. It was definitely making a statement. A little more of a statement than I wanted to make. Actually, it doesn't look so bad colored over with the Old Olive. So ideally you would want your Stampin' Blend markers to match. And I think I have the end colors, but I was using them, so I think they're down. I think they're downstairs instead of upstairs, where I need them to be. All right, isn't that fun? Fun, fun, fun. All right, so let's get to finishing our card. We'll move the Stampin' Blend markers right out of the way. I like that we gave our little berries some color, and I'm going to just, let's see, let me turn this towards me so I can get, hey, look you guys, so I'm gonna do these the opposite way. I'm gonna let them lean towards the right. And yeah, I think that looks good. So let's go ahead and bring in our liquid glue, and the same way, I love layering sprigs, and if we weren't on a time restriction tonight, I might have made tons of them. It already feels like I did, but I didn't make tons. I'm gonna stick it right under the ribbon, and then we'll put the other one the opposite direction. I said we were going to do a little bit of stamping, so we're just going to stamp the sentiment on this one. Nothing too fancy. And then here are our, there we go, sprigs. Add a little bit of liquid glue. I'm going to tuck it under that bow. Whoops. Grab the end of it and actually press that down. My fingers are a little bit sticky now. You know, I like to do this this way because I'm impatient. Can you tell? I don't, I usually take, not the path of least resistance. I don't want to say that, but I'm definitely going to take the easier work way out, if that makes any sense. All right, so here's what we have. Isn't it fun to color those little berries? So you could actually color the entire stem if you wanted. All right, and so I brought in Blueberry Bushel ink because we haven't used it before, and I think that it's fun, and I think that we're not going to use this layer. Let's put that aside. I used the bow instead because I was feeling bow-like. And then the sentiment that we're going to use, the colder weather brings us together. So can you see that? We're going to grab that sentiment. And we'll open, thank you guys. We'll open our Blueberry Bushel and add a little bit of ink. I'm just gonna tap it. I'm actually going to bring this a little closer. We'll swap places here. And I'll try not to put my head in your way. We'll try and make a good inked impression. Uh-oh. I did it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's go ahead and cover our ink. Make a little space here. And then we'll just add our mat to the inside. Once again, if you're going to stamp the sentiment first, if you're going to stamp an inside sentiment first, you want to stamp it before you add your mat. There we go. Too many words floating around in my head at the same time, and they all want to come out. All right, the last thing we need to do is grab some Stampin' Dimensionals and a few little gems. You know, also, if you don't mind using lots of gems, you could probably, if you have small enough embellishments, you could add them for berries. I'll put this right here. My fingers have ink on them again. Darn it. All right, and finally, I wonder if we can get away with gold. Do you think we can get away with gold? No, we can't. We have silver on the ribbon. All right, so let's then go for the green. We'll go for the green. Add a few embellishments. I like the big ones. I wonder if I can use a big and a small at the top here. No, I think we better stick with the larger ones. And there we have it, our final card. Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Beth. Isn't this a beautiful card? It is really beautiful. I, for one, am enamored with the stamp set and the designer series paper. And like I said, if you want to gussy the inside up a little bit, you'll just stamp a few sprigs in the bottom corner and you're dolled up on the inside. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so let's take a look at all 3 cards that we made tonight. And remember that if you want this card kit in the mail for free, if you shop in my online store, I will cut everything, all of the pieces, and send them to you. This is card number 2. I love this. Hey, which was your favorite? Do you guys have a favorite? And then this is number 1, which I'm tempted to add ribbon to this. I think I wanted to put the ribbon at the bottom here. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts. Thank you so much. I love these cards. Which is your favorite? 1, oh no, this is 3, 2, 1. Let me know in the comments, which is your favorite? All right, so we used the Magical Meadow bundle. It also comes with coordinating dies. So all of those lovely little sprigs that you saw me use. And I didn't tell you that you can actually stamp. So if you have the stamp set, you can actually stamp each of these, and there are dies inside that will cut out your stamped images as well. We use the Blooming Pearls for an embellishment, and if you shop in my store and your order is $50 or more, I will send you a pack of these also. And then I stole a sentiment from the Throughout the Year. That's where that Happy Holidays came from. We used vellum cardstock. Let's grab it and bring it back in. Here's our catalog. Put that. The Winter Meadow, that's the designer series paper that matches. I'll get that back into its package in a little while. But we used this beautiful stack of designer series paper. We have it upside down. Let me show you the beauty. I think you need to see that before we leave. You just need to see how gorgeous this paper is. It is really gorgeous. This is my favorite sheet here. Ah, the last one. The last one is getting lots of love. Oh, thank you, Beth. Beth, you're the sweetest. Beth likes all of them. So number 3 is the winner. Number 3. Thank you guys for playing along. You know what I'll do? Well, let me think. Thank you guys for playing along. That was really fun. All right, and then we used vellum cardstock. Our ink colors that we used were the Black Memento, which if you don't have Black Memento, you need to have this. This is a staple in stamping. It is the most true and versatile black. We used Garden Green. Did we use the Garden Green? I pulled it out. We didn't use that, so erase that. We actually used Blueberry Bushel. We used the Moody Mauve. We used Pretty Peacock. That's what we used. Pretty Peacock, and then our Black Memento. All right, let's go ahead and, oh, so difficult to choose. Nympha says, so difficult to choose, but you like number 3. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for coming to play tonight. I appreciate that you came to hang out with me and allowed me into your space to create with you. I never ever take you for granted. I appreciate you. Don't forget, monthly card class. Registration is open through tomorrow night, and card class is on November 18th. So if you want to do that, the details are here on my business page. And next week is our final week of Christmas card class. So I will be back here, same place, same time, to create with you. We're going to make 3 more very cute and easy to recreate Christmas cards with you. So thank you guys so much for being here. Have a fantastic weekend, and have a crafty weekend. And I will see you next week. Take care.